Hi, Gina Timmons. Who's calling?
I'm calling you from the Happy Dale Mental Hospital.
What's the matter?
We need you to come in right away. I have the unfortunate duty of informing you that a terrible accident took place this
Et comedisti deligno, et quo praecere eram tibi, ne comederes maledicta terra, in opere tuo, in laboribus comedes eam cuntis diebus via tua.
And we will prove that last April 30th on Mile Island, Colonel Kortzmeyer was murdered by Brian Basco in cold blood. The defense will attempt to confuse you with trickery and lies.
Los germinavi tibi et comedes herbas terrae, in sudore vultus tui vesceris panidon revertalis, in terram de quo assumptus escuia pulvis, ees et in pulverem reversem.
Order!
Quo cavitaram
For the last time, Mr. Basco, tell us what you remember.
I don't remember anything.
Oh, yes. Amnesia. If you think you'll get off by pretending to be insane, then you've really lost your mind.
I want order!
Ava eo quod mater essent, cunctorum viventim. Fecit quoque renimus Deus Adam et uxorieis tunicas pellicias et induiteos. Et aite que Adam factus es quasi unus et nobis sciens.
And given the doubts created by the defendant's mental health, he will be admitted into Happy Dale Psychiatric Hospital, where Dr. Bennett will determine whether his supposed insanity has any basis in reality. I'm postponing this trial until then.
No! I'm not crazy!
Gina!
Brian?
It's me.
What's your game? You call me telling me I have to identify a headless body to say it's yours, and then you've vanished for 2 days?
Get me out of here.
I went to your bogus burial and... All right. Where are you?
Buried in my grave.
That can't be. How am I gonna get you out of there? This is insane. Get me out of this tomb, say nothing to anyone. Be careful, murderer's waiting at exit. Battery low, come quick, banana. Banana? I don't know what went down in Hawaii, or what they did to you in that psychiatric ward. I don't know why you escaped, or why you faked your own death. I don't know how you got down there. I don't even know whether you're the Brian I know. All I want is for everything to go back to normal. That's all right, though. I won't ask for help, I won't call the cops, and I won't leave the cemetery. But I will get you out of there. You win, Brian. We'll play it your way. I don't know. Carrying that around would be a chore. But the ribbon alone... It'll be a great souvenir from Brian's phony funeral. I suppose nobody's gonna miss the ribbon. No, if someone saw me, they might suspect something. Brian, I swear if you come out of this alive, you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do. Brian, you better have a great reason for making me go through all this. In memory of Brian Basco. Wow, good thing I know he's actually alive. Well, it's not hard to do. They're absolutely everywhere. It's sure an ugly thing, poor birdie. No, I have better people to chat with. Brian gave them to me as a gift one evening, just because. They must have cost him a fortune. I parked my car at the entrance to the cemetery, but if Brian's message is right, I'd better not leave. Brian's last text message said, "Get me out of this grave, say nothing to anyone. Be careful, killer's waiting for you at exit, battery low, come quick, banana." I decided to purchase a simple model without a condolence message. It's spooky enough anyway. And to think that there's a dead body in each one. Yuck, gives me the creeps. Miss Gina Timmons, could you do us all a favor and stop thinking about such nonsense? Huh? What a weird machine. Wonder what that's for. A ladder here? Huh?
Hello, dear.
Hello?
Up here, on the roof.
Do I know you?
Well, of course not, dear. I'm Agatha Saffron von Rubenstein, PhD in parapsychology and poltergeistian phenomena from the University of Virginia, member of the North American Parapsychological Association, and also I'm a medium. Because I like it.
Nice to meet you. I'm Gina Timmons.
It's amazing, my dear, how much pain is in your aura. Come inside. I'll help you stop your suffering. Hurry, I'll be right down.
Well, this is an interesting start. It's connected to the cable that comes down from the roof. What a bizarre contraption. I better not touch it, just in case. Edward M. Blake. Sounds familiar, but not sure why. I'm not even gonna try. Atlas Under the Weight of the World, donated by Angelos Louisopoulos. Brian told me that this guy holds up the heavens, or something like that, according to the ancient Greeks, I believe. Gina, focus here. You've got a lot riding on this statue. The ends are attached using a small hook. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Ah, yikes! The strap is on so tight that there's no way to get it off. It's so heavy. It'll end up breaking the strap and smash poor old Atlas's foot. Yeah, sure. Nowadays, they're almost all made of cheap aluminum, but this one is classy. All wood and no gaudy colors. No, it's fine right there. Very quaint, but I think it could use a modern update. In these heels? Ha! Gina, don't even try. You don't have enough money for foot surgery. Graves, and more graves. Huh, I hope I don't have to find anything among them. It would take me everlasting eternity. The door is open. Agatha?
Hello, dear. Let's start from the very beginning. How long is it you've been dead now?
What? No, I'm alive. As far as I know.
Oh, well, isn't that a shame? You really could have helped me out here.
Well, sorry. Helped you what?
To find out whether the spirits in this cemetery are on my side or not. Reverend McCormick asked me to find out why the poltergeists infesting this graveyard are here. But first, I must know if they're on my side or not.
Is something weird going on in this cemetery?
Weird? Not at all. Well, the only strange thing is it seems like a UN summit with such an international set of spirits. Besides that, just the usual. Miscellaneous poltergeists and a hideous past tormenting the primordial energy here, which, by the way, is centered precisely inside this crypt.
Why do you say the cemetery seems like the UN?
Because there are spirits from many different countries. China, France, Germany, Spain, Brazil, Sweden, Egypt, Australia, and a few from right here, like you.
Agatha, I am not a ghost. I'm not even dead.
You're not? Well, have it your way.
What's so hideous about the past of this crypt?
A horrific, shameful, and hideous crime. During the Civil War, before this graveyard was here, this used to be a Yankee prison.
Wow, how interesting. Go on.
On the night of April 24th, 1864, a captain of the Confederacy, Noah Kilgore, was waiting to be executed. He had come to terms with death, but during a change of guards, his luck changed too. The lieutenant in charge of watching him was Philemon Kilgore, his own brother.
Two brothers fighting on opposite sides?
Civil war is always fratricidal, dear. Brother against brother. That's what it consists of. But anyway, Noah pleaded with his brother to let him go, and though Philemon didn't want to betray his army, his brotherly love won out, and he let his brother escape.
What's so horrific and shameful about that? Sounds like a nice story to me. Almost corny.
Don't jump the gun, dear. As soon as Philemon set him free, Noah whacked his brother over the head and left him unconscious. He exchanged clothes with Philemon and stuck him in the cell.
Of course. The brothers bore such a resemblance that nobody noticed the difference, right?
Yes, but Noah didn't want his brother to give up the big secret, so he set fire to his brother's cell. End of story.
The end? That awful murderer didn't get punished?
Well, eventually he died, of course. Several years later, after becoming a hero for the Yankees.
A war hero? That's not fair.
Wait, dear. After he burned Philemon alive, a voice tormented Noah in his dreams. It said, "Come to me, brother. As I burn, so shall you." And one day, driven mad by Philemon's voice, Noah returned to this place, and sure as sin, he was burned alive.
Huh? And what was the purpose of telling me this saga?
Noah and Philemon's tormented souls are the most powerful in this graveyard. They make up its primordial energy core, and I need their consent before contacting any other spirits.
So what do these poltergeists, which Reverend McCormick is so scared of, do?
Oh, lots of mischief. You know how these spirits can be. They drag chains, howl, lift their skirts when nuns come by, suddenly appear before visitors. They're such rascals.
Okay, this is getting pretty gross. Let's talk about something else. Tell me about that cable you slid down.
My parabiothermal cable? Well, it detects sudden changes in temperature caused by paranormal phenomena.
Like in the movies, when a ghost is going to appear and everything starts to look cold?
More or less. But in movies, they never quite get these things right. The more subdued spirits, like the ones in this crypt, display their temper using temperatures. If they are displeased by a presence, they emit heat. But if they are happy, they give off cold.
How does that cable work?
Very well, dear. Its filaments are temperature sensitive. If there is a variation of more than 20 degrees Celsius in less than 5 seconds, they send a signal to the ectothermal scanning machine outside the crypt. By analyzing its readings, I am able to determine the temperament or mood of the spirit that caused the thermal change. Pretty simple, isn't it?
So why did you put it right here?
Because I need to know whether the spirits in the crypt who are in charge around here are happy with my presence. If they emit cold temperatures, I can make contact with any spirit in this cemetery. But if they give off heat, then I'd better clear out. And Reverend McCormick will just have to find another medium.
Fascinating, Agatha, but let me ask you something else. See you later, Agatha.
Whenever you want, dear.
That must weigh a ton. Good thing Brian's coffin is made of wood. Otherwise... No, this is not where Brian was buried alive. There's a bit of everything. A backpack, tape recorder, a Ouija board, a dried out lemon, a flashlight. I bet that flashlight could be useful. But Brian always says that when you find things like this, the batteries are always dead. Agatha, does that flashlight work?
I just changed the batteries yesterday. Take it if you like.
Well, that proves Brian's first law wrong. According to Agatha, its battery should last a while. Backpack, tape recorder, Ouija board, completely useless. No, besides the flashlight, which I've already got, there's nothing of interest to me. It's very dark. I can hardly make anything out. No, I'm good with just opening Brian's. It's attached to the machine Agatha has running outside the crypt. No, since stairs were invented, that seems kind of pointless. Wow, that is huge. It's hung in the air thanks to a set of sturdy steel cables. Why would I do that? It's very thick because that angel is truly obese. With my bare hands, ain't gonna happen. According to Agatha, it detects sudden temperature changes, both hot and cold. No, since stairs were invented. Yikes! What a welcoming place. Huh? A tunnel. Wait a sec. If I've got this right, then behind that wall is the hole they buried Brian in. Not that that improves things much, but at least now I know I have two options. Either move the slab of stone off the grave and start digging, at the risk that somebody might see me, or break through this wall. Doesn't look easy. But at least I'm not out in the wide open with nosy people walking by. It's a bit rusty. That looks pretty hard, besides the fact that I don't need it. It's sturdily attached to the... Not so sure about... I bet the ashes of the guy in the painting are inside. It gives me the creeps, but Brian is behind that wall. So if I don't take the urn, I might end up spilling its contents. Although, it would be worse if they poured out into my pocket. Didn't something like that traumatize a character on 6 Feet Under for years? It's filled with ashes. Human ashes, no less. Let's see what this says. Captain Noah W. Kilgore, 1823 to 1864. A Confederate soldier buried in New York. That's weird. If this is the evil brother, then who's the dude who painted a portrait of him? But if it's the good guy, why don't they put him where he deserves? I just don't get wars. Yes, that's the thing to do. Darn. Someone could have put a hole, tunnel, lever, or something else that might make it easier for me to reach Brian. I have no other choice but to remove one of these blocks of stone. But which? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think it'll be best to choose that one in the middle with the ring. It'll be easier to remove than the ones on the side. Brian is right behind there. I'm so close. I wish I could, but it's going to be impossible to move it with my bare hands. Supposedly, Noah murdered his brother Philemon and committed identity theft on him. But of course, that means the one buried here isn't Noah. It's the other one. No, I moved it for a reason. I used to have one just like it, but in Eldorado gold. Not sure how to turn it off. He seems like a real VIP. Lieutenant Philemon J. Kilgore, 1823 to 1864. After Agatha's long-winded explanation with all those plot twists and unexpected deaths, I can't remember if this was the good brother or the bad one. No, since I don't think it can be moved. Tomb of the Unknown Kilgore. No. Rex, enjoy your bones for all eternity. Not a chance with all the bones and icky stuff there must be inside. Derek J. Kilgore and the bizarre-speaking appendage Kilgore joined together even in death. You won't see me desecrating a grave. Well, unless it's Brian's. But he's alive and well, so it doesn't count. Melanie S. Kilgore. Granny, we will miss your gingerbread cookies so much. I think I've come up with better ideas before. If I'm not mistaken, it's a visitor's signature book. Thanks, but I don't collect autographs. Plastic plants. Well, I guess a living being might clash with the surrounding atmosphere. I'm not taking that. I used to have one just like it, but in Eldorado gold. And get stuck here in the dark? Damn, he's a big boy. I bet he's heavy. From here? Impossible. Hi again, Agatha.
Hello, dear.
Have you
I shouldn't be telling you this, but a while ago, I detected a phantasmagorical voice which said, "Get me out of here! Banana!" And the worst thing is he said your name after that, dear. Gina! When he finds out you're dead, he'll roll over in his grave.
But I'm alive!
Are you sure, you poor thing?
See you later, Agatha.
Whenever you want, dear.
Not to be critical, but she's about as curvaceous as a Tetris block. A few more graves, the brick wall, more graves. That glance contributed nothing to my knowledge. Okay, Ah, more of the same. Graves and tombs and sepulchres. Oh my! I've been here before when the hearse brought Brian in. Rolls Royce. And they say dying is the worst thing that can happen to you. Let's see if it's open. A flat spare tire. What a driver. Nice calendar he's got here. An old blanket. Oh, and one of those straps they use to lower coffins into the grave. I'll just borrow that. A constant flow of water is trickling out. That can't be good considering the drought. I wouldn't be able to keep much in my hands. Father, I'm trimming the hedges. If you need me to put the coffins together, ring the bell. Signed by someone named Luann. That doesn't sound too smart. It's fairly dark in there, but I think it might be a maintenance room. Not so sure about that. I don't feel like tossing that. No. No. Okie dokie. Guess not, it's locked. Hey, this thing's keys are in the ignition. Something tells me it won't work. Okay, it works, but enough is enough. Someone might show up. If things start to get ugly when I get Brian out, at least we have a way to escape now. The door leading out is open, but there's another inside that you can't get through. Man, it's darker in here than when we came for Brian's pseudo-funeral. I guess Reverend McCormick turned out all the lights when he left. What do you mean, mailbox? That's the place to leave alms for the poor if you've got some spare change. No, stealing 1 cent of that money would be worse than holding up every bank in the state. I can't see it too well from here, but yes, I think it might be a box. Way too high. There's something behind this grating. If only I could get it open. Let's see if it works. Nope. Either it's broken or it's locked shut. That doesn't sound... I'm not even... According to the schedule on here, the chapel won't open again until tomorrow. Are you tired of visiting the same old graves every weekend? Spice up your morning with our Deceased Loved Ones Exchange program. Organ player seeks employment for burials, funerals, religious services for the deceased, and divorces. Entertainment for birthday parties, too. Please don't put up no dirty messages, 'cause the Reverend will get irked with me. Signed, Luann, the maintenance girl. Okay, let's see what it's about. Yikes. Could it be any spookier? It's a list of names with the dates and places of birth and death and the location of the person's grave. That doesn't sound too smart. Large families have more fun. Yeah, especially poor old mom and dad who work tirelessly without a wink of sleep so they can feed their huge litter of offspring. If I rescue Brian and he finds me with that large families have more fun poster, he'll croak. But for real this time. Okay, I've got it. Fake widow seeks Swedish ghost for speedy seance. Okay, I've got it. Impossible. Plus, if I need to read it, I have the flashlight. The light coming in is lovely. They lead to the main part of the chapel. Where I am now is a sort of entrance foyer. Logically, they're closed. No, they're still closed. Just what I thought. Not a soul in there. No, unfortunately, that is something I was never good at. I think I've come up with completely useless. It must. I really don't want to climb through, so what for? It's turned off. Let's see. Great, here we go with the typical objects that don't work, that are broken, that need replacement parts. Brian says these are timeless laws of the universe. But one thing must remain clear. I know nothing about electricity, and I'm not fixing it. That's the homeliest doormat I've ever seen. It doesn't even have a sad little plastic flower or a welcome message. Yeah, looks like there's something underneath. A trap door. What could be behind there? They better not keep their dog in there. Ah. Seems like it's made of plastic. I might be able to use that. Considering where I found it, it seems pretty clean. Anyway, let's try again. Nada. It's locked up tight. I think I've come up with better ideas before. It's small, like the... I can't reach it. Ah. I can't reach... No, why? I don't know. That... No, Brian's text message said not to leave the cemetery, but I don't see what's wrong with approaching the front gate. The little plaque says, "Please keep the cemetery clean. Remember, someday it may be your home." That's not a very nice thing to say. I refuse to stick my hands in there. I wouldn't even do it with a rubber glove. I already said it once, I'm not sticking my hand in there, no matter how thick a glove I put on. Seems like they're fixing the outer wall. Yeah, these things can rust really fast. Let's see. The shovel. No, kind of creepy in a cemetery. And those metal thingies? No. Cement. What's that? Oh, I know. I'll take one of these adjustable tubular items you can use to prop things up. That might be useful. Someone swept things up, but while they were at it, couldn't they have thrown these piles of leaves away? No way, it must be full of dirt and dead insects. I wouldn't even do it with a rubber glove. No, Brian's message said loud and clear not to leave. Plus, I can't go anywhere without getting him out of that coffin. Well,
Listen up, Fatzilla. Oh, just a false alarm. I thought it was weird the little cow'd split so soon. I hate getting these kinds of orders. Wait for her to come out, follow her without being seen, watch where she's going, report back. Well, it would be so easy just to run in and chop her into chop suey. Clean enough to eat off of.
I don't know whether those are the killers Brian mentioned in his text message, but that car there looks pretty shady. I'd better be quick. No. They're almost identical, so it's kind of pointless. No, it's fine right there. Nowadays, good idea. And when the strap gets a little bit less tight, I'll finally be able to take it off. There, now I have two. It looks like it'll hold. No, the broken part of the stone would fall down. It looks like it will hold the weight, but yikes, if it doesn't... No, it's too heavy for me. Sure, that would make it a very long strap, but much less manageable, too. It was inside of a hearse. According to Agatha, it's used to analyze the cold given off by the ghosts which the parabiothermal cable detects. I better not touch it, just in case. Court? I better not. I suppose nobody's gonna miss the ribbon. There aren't exactly a lot of people around here, but I'd rather avoid having anyone see me trying to take Brian out of there. Get out of here, beak face. There's nobody dead coming. Nah. Nah.